You're listening to the world-famous Wire Roof Radio, Woofcast number 653. Oh, yeah. Recorded January 23rd, 2019. Brought to you, of course, and as always, by CravenSpeed.com, MotoringStripes.com, and OutMotoring.com. Mini performance, speed, and style. It's OutMotoring.com. Hey everybody, it's DB in Arizona with a brand new episode of the world famous White Roof Radio. We are back celebrating 15 years of podcasting excellence in 2019.
Wow.
I've always wanted to say that.
Wow.
Yeah, we're our 15th year. Can you believe that? We started in 2005.
Wow.
I know.
Wow, I feel old.
Yeah, you should feel old because, well, you are old. Older than me, too. I want to make that point clear. I know it's only by like 4 hours.
Days. Like days, yeah.
Yeah, days. Literally days. But you're still older. Damn it. Anytime someone's older than me, you know, a good friend of mine, fellow podcaster, Evo Terra, literally a guy is 6 hours older than I am. And I point that out to him every chance I get. And he also comes in and says, as the senior of the two of us. So I was like, okay, dude, whatever. Anyway, we're not talking about that kind of silly stuff. We are going to talk about Mini Cooper stuff. You know what we're going to talk about tonight? Todd got a new car. We knew that was going to happen.
I did.
Right? Come on.
Hey, I put my money where my mouth is as it comes to Mini, and I'll talk about it too. And you know,
and I want to talk a little bit about what I'm thinking about doing for my new car. Well, it won't be new, but new to me car. We might talk about this really cool new Lego set. We might talk about 2018 sales. Maybe. We're not sure.
And then
we might talk about some of Gabe's latest clickbait over on motoringfile.com. That's what it is. It's the equivalent of Mini Cooper enthusiast clickbait.
That was going to be my only comment in the comment section to that was, nope, not going to do it. This is total clickbait.
If you guys don't know what I'm talking about, I'll make sure I link these up in the show notes.
Yeah.
But Gabe posted about the R50, basically an R56 JCW versus the R53 JCW.
The GP.
And why the GP, and why the R56 version might be better.
Is the ultimate
might
mini.
Be the ultimate mini. Which...
I'm sorry,
to you guys and to us guys, that is clickbait.
It is, and because I read that and I go, he's totally trolling me. He's trolling me right now, but I'm not gonna bite. I'm not gonna bite.
When I read that, I'm going, he's totally trolling Todd. I know when the listeners, you guys out there in White Roof Radio listening land read that story on Motoring File, you're all, Gabe is so trolling Todd right now. Right? And nobody left a comment. Somebody go and leave a comment that goes, dude, quit trolling Todd. Please.
Well,
and I'll send you something nice.
Yeah. I wasn't
anyway, we might talk about that, but maybe not. We might talk about Gabe's other troll clickbait thing, which is the manual versus automatic and how one is worse than the one that's better. So we might talk about that. But for sure, we're going to talk about Todd's car. For sure, we're going to talk about CarPlay in the Mini. And for sure, we're going to talk about whatever other thing we want to talk about. For sure. All I know is that for sure we're making a show for you guys. Chad's with us, too.
It's 2019.
Chad from DetroitTune.com. Chad, are you there?
I'm here.
Hey, you're there.
I think I fixed the buzz, too.
I think you didn't, but we're going to just kind of trudge on anyway to see what happens. This is what happens.
Just give us a little bit more volume there, Chad.
When we don't make a show for a month, and that's on us. We'll still be so Chad might have a little funny sound. We'll get that sorted out next time. I promise. You guys know I'm good for that kind of stuff. We don't like making bad shows, but we are going to talk about many stuff. We're going to talk to Chad too because he's doing something really cool with his the Detroit Tune Instagram, and I want to talk about that tonight. What was that?
I thought he was going to say he's doing something.
I think I just answered my echo.
Yes.
Yes. Okay, great. And we're going to get to all that here in just a minute. Before we do, let's start off, of course, with one of our good friends, our friends over at Outmotoring.com. You guys already spent all your money with them for Christmas. I know you did. And you know, for that, Todd, Chad, Gabe, Brian, and of course, Aaron, thank you. That was really nice of you to do. I want you to keep these guys in mind, though, because your car's still going to need stuff. You're east of the Rockies, and you're getting all the garbage weather. Your Mini's just getting covered with road salt, and you're going to need, like, wax and clay bar and all the things. You know, could totally hook you up with, like, the best car care products. Oh, yeah, outmotoring.com. Aaron's got you covered, so you're ready to go. When spring thaw comes in, you get sunny, shiny days, no more salt on the roads. You're going to want your Mini shiny clean for cars and coffee. Outmotoring.com. Meanwhile, if you didn't get what you wanted for Christmas, you got one of those Visa or MasterCard or American Express gift cards, burn a hole in your wallet. Click over to outmotoring.com. Use it there. Make sure when you're there, you're going to go ahead and order up some. When you do place an order, make sure you're logged in so you get rewards. You get points on things that you buy, right? Which is really, everybody likes getting points. Aaron's going to make sure when you do order something for your Mini, it's for the right car. Let you order parts for the wrong car, which is really cool. If you're part of a Mini Club and you're looking for some kind of support from a vendor, a swag of some sort, whatever, if you just ask Aaron, he will send you something. It might just be something from the prize closet, like a koozie and some keychains, or it could be a $200 gift certificate you can use as a raffle. It might be something. All you got to do is ask him. All right? Super simple. Free shipping on most orders over $195. And, of course, my favorite is the 100% happiness guarantee. All of that and more over at outmotoring.com. Don't forget, too, if you need a way to pull things with your Mini or carry bicycles, you want like a receiver hitch on your Mini, Aaron also has Mini Do More. There's a link to it at outmotoring.com. Hook you up for making sure you can pull stuff with your Mini. Cool stuff. But let me see. What do we want from Outmotoring today? What looks cool? Let's go. We're going to go back to the Wayback Machine because the day we're recording is the day I traded Roxy for Bruce 4 years ago. So I'm in an R50 kind of mood. And if we click over here, let's look at some wheels. And yeah, let's look at some wheels. Oh, come on. There we go. Oh, look at that. Spare tire wheel and miscellaneous products. So that's what we're going to do. We're done. I want you to remember our friends over at outmotoring.com. Also, don't forget to sign up for the newsletter, please, so that you get all the updates. Plus, you'll also get your own special discount code. And then, of course, it's from our friends over at Outmotoring, outmotoring.com. Mini performance speed and micro spare tire plus wheel four-lug. It's outmotoring.com.
Boom.
And you know what? I'm looking at these. And, Chad, you might. Yeah.
Yes.
Aaron is selling mom's bags, isn't he?
Yep. Yes. He carries several of our Detroit Green products.
That's awesome. Looking at it right now. That's very cool. Anyway, you know what? How about some news music, my man?
Boom.
Well, that's me. I'm still editing.
You don't have to.
All right, we'll see what works out.
All
right. Should we just go and let's just start with bad news before we do fun stuff?
Sure.
Let's just go ahead and let's come out and say it, because I don't know if you guys are reading Motoring File, but 2018 Mini sales were down 2.8% globally. That was worldwide, not just the United States, but everywhere.
And then you want to talk about the United States for 2018?
Yeah.
It was down 7.3%,
7.3%.
Let's just say 7% for the year, which is a big deal for the year. But then December over December was down like 11%.
Yikes.
And, I started thinking about this going, man, it feels a lot worse than that now.
During our break, we had quite the long Slack conversation about this particular topic.
Yeah, and I went back, and I've got sales numbers basically, historically all the way back to 2002 for Mini. But I only went back to 2013. Now, 2013 was the best year for Minis ever in the U.S.
Right. That was the year, 2013 was the year the Countryman came out.
So, actually, Countryman, I think, was 2011.
Or was it 2012?
I think it was 2011 or 2012. Might have been like
okay.
The very end. Like
I do remember 2013. I'm with you on that. 2013 was the best year.
And 2012 and 2013 were pretty close. They both sold 66,000. Both those years, Mini USA sold 66,000 Minis in the U.S. Compared to 2018, when they only sold 43,600 in the U.S. So it's like 23,000 fewer Minis in a mere 5 years. Okay? That is get ready for this. I need a drum roll, timpani, something like that.
We'll put it in here.
34.3% drop.
Ouch.
34.3% drop. So let's just think. We all remember, we're not getting that old. We remember what 2013 was, what we were doing there. DB, your car was built in 2013.
My car was built. Yes, my existing Mini was built in 2013.
So it wasn't that long ago. You're still driving that car. I'm still driving a 2013 Roadster.
Yes. That was 6 years ago.
Great car.
By the calendar, right?
Great car. And so you think back to that. We remember what we were doing. You can kind of remember what you were doing in 2013. Think about if you were making 34% less money now than you were back then, you wouldn't be very happy, would you?
No, I'd be pretty. Well, we wouldn't be talking right now if I was making 34% less money than I was in 2013.
Yeah. It's not a good place to be, and I don't know if I see this turning around massively anytime soon. I hope we've plateaued as a company, for the brand. I hope it's getting better. I know Pat McKenna was kind of positive about it. A couple months ago at the LA Auto Show. And
yes.
I feel a little bit...
Go back and listen to the interview if you missed it.
Yeah, I feel somewhat positive about it. It's tough now because it's January. It's cold. It's snowing everywhere. Nobody's going to buy cars. So January's going to suck also because pretty much 3/4 of the country is in just this cold blast of winter crappy weather.
Yes.
And
it's even cold in Arizona. I mean, it's been in the 50s in Arizona.
Yeah, that's pretty chilly. So even so, people just don't want to get out. They don't want to buy cars. And then then we got the government shutdown on top of it, and everybody's nervous. And
there's that too.
Not everybody's
going to buy a car.
Not everybody works for the government, but there's a lot of people that are stressed about it, and they're like, "What's going to can we just get this going again? Can we just get back to normal?"
Everybody.
Yeah, it really affects. It affects everybody, so it's a tough place for many to be in. And I thought, man, here's the other really hard part to look at this. It's just I said over 5 years. Let's look over 2 years. In 2 years, from 16 to 18, mini sales are down 16%. In just 2 years, and the 3-year drop is 25%. So from 15, so let's say for December 15, so the whole model year of 2015 that sold up to 2018, so just 3 years, that's a 25.3% drop in sales. So
yeah, that's huge.
25%. So we're talking big numbers here. And,
that's huge numbers.
Yeah, and I think the small car industry in general, we've talked about this and kind of beat it to death over the last year, is really struggling and taking a big hit. And SUVs are what people in the U.S. are buying.
Right.
That's just where we are.
And that's even typically we can see that in mini sales. Typically, once you get outside the United States, as mini sales, if anything, have been still on the increase, or at least matching prior year. Once you leave the United States,
and it's funny because you look at comments, and I know I've really been trying to stay up to date on the comments over at Motoring File, on Facebook, on Twitter, and all of the things, and pretty much the consensus from a lot of people who are the commenting type is that there's a lot of things. Is that one, people don't really like the looks of the F-56,
which I get.
I get
and there
that.
are still people and it's been, now we're going into its fifth year.
Yeah.
There's still a lot of people that would not drive that car based on its looks.
It's actually the 6th year, DB. We had model year 14, so this is going to be, I just bought a 2019, and so that's the 6th model year for this F-56 F generation, if you will. So that's one thing. People don't like the looks of the car, which that's subjective, okay? The next is people complain universally that minis have a really bad reputation for reliability, and that's true.
You can't fault them on that because the previous gen cars were crap.
Yeah, and so they're trying to say, how do we get beyond that? How does Mini kind of get beyond that? And Gabe was even saying, when he talked to Patrick McKenna from Mini USA at the LA Auto Show, they were talking about advertising and how they ran an advertisement on like performance, how Mini's a great performing car, sports car, blah blah blah, and it just fell flat. And everybody in the focus groups instead liked the ads on the Countryman. Okay, and how they were like, get out in the country and blah, 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 and everything like that.
Yeah,
so
they're more active, more adventurous.
Yeah, which then pushes me to, because that's like, this is what people are complaining about. Okay, so now let's segue to Mini coming out with this new commercial. Did you guys see this commercial with the British pop star Labyrinth?
I don't believe I have. Not yet.
It's over at Motoring File, and it is basically he kind of rewrote. He does the song "Don't Fence Me In." You know, the old cowboy song. But the lyrics are updated a little bit more. It's more city-like. And what's fascinating is when you watch the video, and it's available over at Motoring File, the Mini USA YouTube channel.
I'll make sure to link it up in the show notes.
Yeah.
I'm looking at it right now. I'm not going to play it back, but I'm looking at it.
It's a 60-second ad. And when you watch it, it's fascinating because it looks like he's driving through downtown L.A., and there's not a car on the street.
That is downtown L.A., and there are no cars. I'm watching the ad right now.
There's no cars. No cars anyway, but he's singing this song in there, and it's really cool. Don't Fence Me In. You know the song, the old cowboy song. Mm-hmm. And it's kind of fascinating to watch that because, and I think it's a great ad that basically kind of the message is you're in your Mini, you feel like the whole world just shuts itself out because it's quiet in there.
I'm digging this. I don't have any audio, but just visually it's just like, oh, check it out. Okay, sure, it's all for countrymen, but you're got the whole, it's like your own little private thing.
Right.
And as soon as you opens the door,
boom, there's the world.
Then the world's back. Yeah. See, that's a really nice ad.
So I think it's as far as it sends a good. It's the first time I've seen in a long time, a major expensive ad that Mini's done that kind of hits the point home to where going, yeah, I get this. You get in a Mini and you feel like you're in your own world, and that's what's fun about it.
Right.
I kind of like it. So I think they're going in the right direction. The fact that he's driving around in a Countryman, I mean, yeah. That's what's selling the most. That's what they're selling,
right?
And I guess,
but I mean, if they couldn't have given him one with a color, and a white roof. Come on, fellas.
Well, that's kind of. I mean, that's you can tell it's a Mini is a nice thing too, and he actually owns a Mini too, which.
Oh, does he really?
Yeah, the cool thing.
Nice.
But that's kind of what attracted Mini to him for like a spokesperson anyway. But anyway, so that kind of segues to where we're pushing, and it's tough because I don't see the sporty hardtop kind of that marketing push really going a lot of places this year because that's not what people are looking for. They're looking for something kind of bigger, a crossover SUV, something that
Right. No, you're right.
I don't know.
And because that's what everybody wants to buy. But you know what? We say that, and recently I was on a Mazda lot.
Yeah.
Why I was on a Mazda lot, not important.
No, it is important. You just don't want to know. It's a long story. It's not very interesting.
Yes, that's exactly what it is. It's a long story. It has nothing to do with me or my car choices. I was on a Mazda lot. And Mazda, first of all, one of the only car dealers where you can go and you can actually buy a car with a manual transmission. They have them on the lot. And number two is they're still selling small-ish cars. The MX-5 excluded, but the Mazda 3 is far from gigantic.
Yeah.
Right? The Mazda 3 hatch is still bigger than the four-door hatch Mini, but not by very much. And they're selling the piss out of those cars.
Yeah.
Right? Mm-hmm. And which I don't understand. Besides the fact that it's Mazda, right? And so Mazda equals reliability. The fenders are going to fall off before anything else happens.
It's not a bad looking car. I mean,
no, Mazda 3 is not bad. The hatch is wonky, but if you get it in a color, or if you get in black or, get in black or white, it's not bad. But I'm just saying that Mazda is still selling small cars. They're the only place doing it. I think Kia. But does the Soul count as a small car?
No, it's almost the size of a
Nissan's still selling small cars, kinda. Although the Sentra's kind of sized out, I think. Guess not.
What I find really interesting, and I got the statistics on this, and I didn't believe it at the time, but it's the best-selling cars in the United States.
Ford, F-150, Honda, something, Toyota, something.
No, you're going to be really surprised by this when I find the exact list. I'll drop it over.
Because forever it was the Ford F-150 though, right?
Yeah, I think so. Here we go. So the 20
There's
best.
definitely a ton of trucks and Jeeps up right now.
No, this is cars. I'm going down to just cars. Number one.
Cars on.
Number one in 2018. This is for last year. Toyota Camry.
Yeah, okay. The Camry and the Ford F-150. That's what everybody wants.
Just take a wild stab. Mini sold total cars last year 43,000 cars, right? 43,000.
How many Camrys were sold?
Just take a wild guess.
I'm gonna say just in the United States.
Yep.
Or global.
Just in the USA.
I'm gonna go out on a limb and I'm gonna say Price is Right rules are in full effect. Correct.
Right.
Okay, so I'm gonna say 327,000.
Chad, you got a guess?
Crap, I was going to go much lower. I was going to say like 85,000, but yeah.
All right, DB wins on this one because it's 343,000.
Yeah.
Nice. Holy shit.
Yeah.
But holy shit, are you kidding me?
343,000 Toyota Camrys were sold in the U.S. last year.
Oh my God.
Second best selling car. This is a true small car, a Honda Civic.
Wow.
Honda Civic sold 325,000, almost 326,000.
That's a new rocket ship body style too that I don't even like. That's impressive.
It looks like a prop car from the Fast and the Furious. Well, most of them do. They don't all. Like you can buy a conservative looking Honda Civic still. You don't have to,
but the back end still looks like it came off of the shuttle bay in the Enterprise.
It's kind of, I call it crusty. There's a lot of angles and a lot of curves and a lot of stuff going on back there.
Car from the Fast and the Furious.
Yep, pretty much.
And Todd, on this magical list that you happen to have, what was number 3? I'm just curious.
The number 3 car, also a small car, a Toyota Corolla. Topping out.
Have you actually seen a Corolla lately?
Yeah, they're not that attractive.
They're not that small.
Well, no, they're not that small, but it's as far as when
I know it's still compact car category.
It's
so clearly
not a crossover.
Even in 2018, the United States buying public is still buying small cars. I mean, the Camry is no 7 Series size wise.
No, it's pretty
right?
big. It's pretty big though. Camry's pretty good size.
The Camry's getting big, so we're going to leave that up. But the Civic and the Corolla,
small.
Those are small cars.
And then number 4 was Honda Accord, and then topping out the list here, the Nissan Sentra and the Nissan Altima. Neither of those two are very small either. Or the Honda Accord has gotten pretty large.
The Sentra is the same size as a Corolla.
The Sentra is? Okay.
It's gotten that big.
The Altima is a little bit bigger.
Altima's Camry sized.
Yeah, the Altima, the Accord, and the
Nissan's. That's Nissan's Camry.
I'd put the Camry, the Accord, and the Altima. Those are all in the top. 6 here.
So people are still buying small cars.
But yeah, I think they are. It's.
All right, so we just got to get them started buying minis. We need them. We need everybody to understand that we're back into the time when a mini will get 225,000 miles on it.
And that's the thing, though. What do you think about when you think of a Honda Civic? I mean, I've owned a number of them in my life.
Yeah, a Honda Civic is a car. The wheels are going to fall off before it stops running. Same with every other car on that list, except for maybe the Nissan, because they can't seem to manage to source a transmission for their cars.
Yeah, but you think about
other than that,
right? You think about a Honda, you go, two things come to mind. You're like, it's reliable and it's efficient and it's not too expensive.
I think the same thing about Toyota.
Yeah.
Right. I'm not going to get super excited about these cars. As James May would say, they don't give me the fizz.
Yeah.
But at the same time, you're going to get, good value for money, good resale value. And if you don't resell it, you're going to hand it off to your great kids that drive to college.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah, exactly. So
and how does Mini go about telling the motoring public that the new 100% BMW Mini is also that car?
Yeah, I think it's just taken time. And
how do we go back to, let's say, 2004, 2005, when you could pull Auto Trader open and see a 7 Series being sold with 120,000 miles and still fetching $30,000?
Yeah.
Well, I think just like Todd said, it's going to take time. I mean, it took till like late 9, 10 for them to start to kind of be like, hey, these cars are starting to kind of have these problems. And then by the end of 13, they had gotten this black eye. That was like, man, that N14 really just killed it. And now it's just dead. Well, so it's going to take 4 or 5 years for them to really be like, hey, unless they do some really good marketing.
Now it's going to take longer than that because, Chad, I think this is something you brought up in the Slack channel, is that you've got the original owners of those cars, but the problem is you've got new owners of these cars, and it's something that I think Greg Beachy brought up he made a comment over on our Patreon, is that you got a lot of people now who are just getting it going, I've always wanted a Mini, and now I can finally afford one because I saw a used 2009 Mini on a lot somewhere, and it was $6,000. Right. And they go,
don't buy that car. Please don't buy that car.
I know. And all of us are sitting here going, oh, for the love of God, can you just scrap that thing? Can they just do a cash for clunkers? Somebody go out and get rid of Minis from 2007 to like 2011.
Some cities will do that. It's like they'll have a one day where you can take your guns into the police department and leave them, no questions asked. Right?
Your old prescription medicine. Can we just do that for Minis?
Why can't they do that for any 2000 R56 Mini? Really?
Well,
just any R56.
And eventually, and Chad probably can speak to this too pretty well.
Cooper.
Eventually, time is going to take care of those because they're all going to blow up and stop driving. They're all. I don't know.
I think the Coopers are going to stick around. Chad, what do you think about the R56 Coopers?
The
they're going to
Coopers
fall apart. The wheels are going to fall off, and every interior bit on the inside, and the headliner is going to fall out, and the seats are going to collapse. But the thing's going to keep running.
Well, the thing about the Gen 2 car, very costly to fix.
Yeah.
And that was the biggest thing. The bodies themselves, and you get a couple little wheel bearings and stuff like that, but overall, the cars themselves didn't have problems. It was all the drivetrain.
Right.
And it was so expensive to fix. And then for a long time, they wanted, $8,000 for an engine. And they're like, well, the car's not worth that. What do I do with this now? I was like, well, I don't know. Whatever you want. And they're like, well, I still owe $12,000 on it or whatever. It's like, well, then you have to fix it. That's just, or you walk away and hit on your credit. And that is the hard part to look at that. But, we kind of getting back to the owners taking like a new realm and a new ride and, all that. We had 5 or 6 customers today. 2 of those customers have already told me today that it's like, well, this car is headed to the dealer lot right now. I'm going to get a new car. I'm done fixing this one. It's, and that was just over a few little things. Customer today is like, as soon as April comes around, I'm getting rid of this one and I'm going to this different car. That one happens to be he's getting his parents' car that they're downsizing, and it's got a super cool car that's got 36,000 miles on it. But just that day, out of 6 customers, 2 are leaving and not coming back.
Right.
Yeah.
And I see that once a week. So if you have that many people leaving, there's not that many people coming back in, and that's the hard part. The ratio is off, and you need to have the same amount of people coming in as going out.
Right, because we all know that those people who are leaving the brand or getting rid of their car that's been so expensive to fix and everything like that, they have family members and friends who are like, oh, they at least know the story. They're like, oh, I knew a guy, or my cousin used to have one of those, and he had so many problems with it, he got rid of his Mini. It was terrible. And so it's going to take time for that to finally, be cleansed from the lexicon, the automotive lexicon, if you will, because
Mini USA just needs to have Indian for lunch every day for like a year.
I don't even know what that means.
The tandoori cleanse.
Oh, sorry.
Indian food.
Indian food. Come on, man. The curry cleanse.
Gotcha. But yeah, so I really don't think there's any way around the problem, because the reliability issue is going to be hanging around for some while longer, because I still see it too. I'm at our dealer's service department a lot, and I see people come in, and these are the stories. I actually see them, not just theoretically. Somebody who is new to the brand, they're like, I've always wanted a Mini, and I bought this at a used car lot, and I thought it was a good car, and they bring it into the dealer, and they're like, sorry, your turbo's gone, you need a new engine. I mean, you need $6,000+ worth of work on this car.
Yeah, and back to that same conversation of there's 2 people leaving out of the 6 people. I also have 2 people that are like, well, I'm just fixing this and I'm selling it and I'm getting rid of it and I'm moving on. at least one of those two people, it's like that car's still not safe. It's still not exactly what you want it to be, because they're like, man, I don't want to dump another $2,000 in it just to make it safe for somebody else. I'll let them deal with that.
Right. And so it's going to end up on one of those, we finance anybody lots, and somebody's going to end up
pay her a lot. That's what's going to happen.
Yeah, somebody's going to end up buying a lemon because they think
28%.
They think they're getting and they think they're getting a good deal, and then they're sour on the brand and they're bad mouthing it to their friends and family. They're like, this Mini just took me for everything I had.
We just need that Mini collection thing going on, and just somebody needs to drive around with just a shredder truck and just shred all the R56 cars.
It's really,
the good ones, even the good ones.
Yeah,
sure, the Roadsters, the Coupes.
So what you're saying, DB, is we need a Logan's Run for the R56 generation.
We need.
It's time to renew all of the. It's like the oldest one now is 10 years old. I'm sorry, you've reached 10 years old. We're going to put you in the.
You have to go to. Crap! I just watched Logan's Run too, and I should know what that's called.
I'm sorry. What was the thing called in Logan's Run?
Special rebate check.
Yeah.
No, it was called. It wasn't called Celebration. It was called. Oh, this is going to kill me. And I know all you guys out there are just screaming at me right now.
You're screaming at thing, but it was called Renew. They would renew.
It's not Renew, is it?
Yeah, they would renew. I was like, renew. So anyway, we need that for the 56 generation of Minis from 2007 to 2013. Which, and I can give 2012 and 2013 because they improved a lot those years. But there's still issues. And Chad knows this. He works on them every day. He's seen them. His lady friend had one that he shot craps and had to put a lot of money into, and they finally got rid of.
Carousel,
that's it.
Carousel, that's where they have to go.
There you go.
That car's still going.
Really? So
we just did some work to it just recently, and it's it's kicking.
Yeah.
My car's still going too, and
as is mine. I have no issues with my 2013.
I don't have any issues on my 2013 either because they're 2013, so they don't have.
That's what I said. I think
issues.
I think 2012 and 2013 they'd improved a lot, but there's a lot of bad PR that came out of.
Yeah, but that said, I don't want this car sitting in my driveway with 100,000 miles on it. You know what I'm saying?
I agree with you,
and I'm at
DB.
87,000 right now.
Yeah, I think you're probably pretty smart to be thinking about that.
Yeah. And I've got a plan.
But you know what,
I have a real plan in place. It's going to involve the White Roof Radio listening audience. I think you guys are going to like it. We'll talk about that in a bit. Go.
Yeah, and even so, I think young kids are always going to be, there's going to be a market for it. Even if you can pick up an old Mini for a couple of grand, and you're going to have to put $4,000 or $5,000 into it, but you can have a pretty good car. And I think there's something to be said for that. But it's not those aren't the people we're talking about who end up buying a car thinking, oh, I'm getting a really good deal. I picked this Mini up for $7,500 and it's great and I love it and it's blue and I'm happy. And then all of a sudden they go to the dealer and they're like, you need $6,000 worth of repairs. But anyway, so I don't think I don't think we have an answer for that. And I think it's something that Mini USA is struggling with still. There's really nothing can be done except time.
Yeah, but know what though is something else that we can say is we can actually kind of point our fingers at another thing that kind of goes to prove that the newer cars are more reliable and require less work, especially on the dealer end. Because in 2018, what else happened besides they're losing all the sales in the United States? How many dealers closed in 2018?
We had at least 2 close up. Well,
it was 2 or 3, wasn't it?
Yeah, 2 or 3.
Yeah, I think it was 3 and 2 restructuring.
Yeah,
right. And there's going to be a lot more restructurings coming up in 2019. I would almost bet you're going to see a lot of Mini dealers moving back into the BMW dealer or something along those lines. And a lot of that is because they're not getting the constant payback of the insurance money from the warranty work that they're doing on the R56 cars.
Because the latest one, the last R56 now is out of warranty. They're out of their
warranty.
2013 to 2018. The final ones hit their 5-year, 4-year, 5-year warranty. Some, if you had extended warranty, they're all.
Yeah, except the convertible went a little bit longer. So if you count that went out to 2017, didn't it?
No.
On the R56, no?
No. was the last R56
15?
convertible? I want to say it was 14 or 15, yeah.
It doesn't matter.
But anyway,
so, yeah,
yeah.
They're all falling out of warranty, except for, the convertible is going to be the last one to fall out of warranty, but all the rest of them are falling out.
But yeah, we
so
lost.
They're not getting those cars in on warranty work.
Yeah, the latest.
And nobody takes their car to the dealer for paid work because the dealer charges 4 times more than Chad does.
Well, and the latest 2 mini dealers to go down were Mini of Little Rock, which that dealer straight up, gave up the franchise as of December 31st. And it's gone. And the other one, the more recent, was Mini of Daytona Beach in Florida, and they just kind of consolidated because I believe the Fields Group also owns Orlando, if I'm not mistaken. Okay. And so basically they closed that down, and they're still allowing people to go and do their service up there, and they're even courtesy shuttling people's cars because it's I want to say hour or two from Orlando to Daytona Beach.
Okay.
But anyway, the dealer, closed up. There's no two ways about it. Within a couple of months, December, January, both of those dealers are closing up, and it's a sad thing. There was 127 mini dealers in the U.S. a year ago, and I believe we're down to like 124 now, 123, 124, because Princeton closed, the very first mini dealer.
Did they really?
A year ago. Yeah, they closed up a year ago.
Wow.
Yeah, and that was the first one in New Jersey that was like corporate owned, I think. So
wow.
That one closed up a year ago. So I know we've lost those 3. I want to say, somebody help me out. It's one of our Philly peeps. That weren't there like 5 dealers either 5 or 6 dealers in the Philly area, and maybe Princeton is the one of the because it was.
New Jersey. It wasn't Princeton in the Philly area because it's
It was close-ish.
Yeah. Okay.
But anyway, so our whole point is that we got mini dealers dropping now, and I think we're right that this is the year we're going to see some of them move back into to the BMW
side.
Parent dealerships.
And they're dropping out because nobody's buying minis because everybody's buying Mazdas and Toyotas and Hondas. And there's no cars to get fixed because the new cars are so much more reliable.
Which is really sad because it's such a great car. I mean, and maybe we should segue and talk about it too, because I had my 2016 for 3 years. Just turned it in for a 2019, basically the same car, but with all the tech. I've got all of the things.
You have all the things.
I've got all of the things. The only thing I don't have is the driver assist package, which is the auto cruise control, the adaptive cruise control, and self parking. Those are the 2 features that I didn't really care much about on this car. But I do have the camera and the emergency braking on it. So there is a camera in the front of the windshield. Excuse me. So if you get close to another car, if somebody's coming at you, or if there's an obstacle in front of you, that I don't know the exact details. I'm going to have to figure out the exact mileage, but it's like below 50 or below 30 miles per hour, the car will actually slow down and stop and keep you from hitting something. Now, if you're going above that, what it does is prime the brakes, is what I hear. Now, I'm speaking from, this is what I've been told. I have not verified this yet. But it's an innate collision avoidance system.
Oh, okay.
That's in the car, and there's a camera that comes out of the front, which is kind of cool. But I've got it's got the backup camera, the park distance control, all of the Harman Kardon, touch screen. I've got CarPlay now, so I can't wait to talk about that in a future episode because, I understand why Gabe doesn't like it.
Yeah,
but I think
let's not get too far into that rabbit
right.
hole.
I think when you adapt,
like to spend more time about that.
Right,
and hopefully also without Gabe because Gabe just hated right because he hates it.
Right,
and I just don't. I'd rather hear your.
But my whole point,
you think of it versus how much Gabe hates it.
The whole point to my story is that Mini's a great car, and I think it's great enough that I put my money where my